Hello everyone and welcome to Displaying Model Behavior. Gonna be a little bit more loosey-goosey today because we're still in the makeshift studio. So I'm gonna do a bit of a makeshift presentation to you, recapping not only last night's Marvel Legends reveals, but everything that has been happening in not only the toy sphere, but in comics, movies, pro wrestling, video games, and whatever else I want to talk about. Why? Because this is Model Behavior, where we talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. In fact, it's the only news that matters. And that's good news. So let's kick things off with that Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse recap. The big reveal, I'm going to go sort of backwards. So the last thing we had was the Punisher and Nick Fury Capcom style 2-pack. Love to see it. Welcome back, Frank. Nick Fury looking cool. That's a nice one right there. Then also, we had a surprising 2-pack of Gladiator and Deathbird. At a glance, look real nice, but Gladiator is on a super old body, and Deathbird is like a version that the cape looks real nice, but no accessories for her besides that, no alternate heads, and she doesn't have her wings either. That's a bit of a shame, but I still kind of like it, in spite of myself. Then we had confirmation that there's going to be a second Secret Wars wave, but before that arrives, we're going to be getting a standalone Iceman figure. Looks perfectly inoffensive. And then we had our second wave of comic book accessory figures, which I still think is a worthless thing to throw in with them, but we've got an interesting mixed bag of figures. We had Feral and we had Rachel Summers, which we knew about. Then also we're getting a very disappointing Silver Surfer. At least put him on the Renew Your Vows body, guys, but no, it's just the Sunfire body with a nice silver paint job. Not worth the upgrade for me. Then we've got Daredevil in his Man Without Fear, training suit, which a lot of people seem to really like. It does nothing for me, but there you go. People did seem to like that. Then we've got Black Widow in her gray costume. Okay. Blair. That's my only take. Blair. Get it if you want, I guess. But the really nice one that I think looks excellent is the Beast from Astonishing X-Men. A lot of people saying like, that costume's so dumb, and it is. It looks like it would really chafe his nipples, but that was what he wore for whatever reason. I think it was it John Cassidy? Rest his soul. Great artist. I don't know if he designed it, but that's where I first saw that costume debut. And hey, that's the costume. And Marvel Legends recreated it beautifully. So a bit of a mixed bag right there. And that pretty much does it for all the essentials of the Hasbro Pulse stream. McFarlane cranking out more Batman figures, just the preview pictures to kick things off. And lo and behold, there's a few Batmen here. So we've got this Batman. I got to read off the names here. This is Earth 2 Society Batman. The mask looks really weird because it looks like he's got a mustache. Tashman, I guess. But no, it's just the mask coming down. Like, it's one of those things you think, that's a cool design and concept, and then you see it, and it's like, it just looks like he has a mustache. But there you go, another Batman from McFarlane. Then a classic-looking Batgirl. I actually really like the face. I think it looks very pretty. Basically, a pretty-looking Barbara Gordon right there. I know it's not a breathtaking figure, but hey, cloth cape as well. Marvel Legends could take notes. It's lovely to see proper cloth capes on comic book characters. Then another Batman variant. This is the Black Mask version of Batman. So, of course, the villainous gangster guy, Black Mask, doing some Batman cosplay. I'm sure there must be a comic book precedent for that somewhere. And then also to wrap things up for now, we've got the Hush Riddler, which I thought we've seen this before, haven't we? But actually, I'm probably thinking about the Mafex. Well, now you're going to be getting a McFarlane one soon as well. And of course, when the full reveal pictures come out with the pre-order details, I'll be speaking about them all over again. Whoa, hold the phone there. I almost missed the last one. I should have thought to myself, wait a minute, a wave of figures and only 2 new Batmen? Duh, come on, Dave. You knew there was another one hiding somewhere. We're also getting the Multiverse Batman Incorporated figure, which I kind of like the slight glowing aura of the bat symbol. And he's got, I guess that's a flare that he's got there, maybe. It looks fine. Does it look better than every other Batman figure? No, but clearly people mock Todd for making so many Batman figures, but he wouldn't be doing it as a money loser. Like, people must be buying them. Also, shout out to Shot by Jay first, whose comment under the Riddler picture made me chuckle. More pins than a cushion. Yes, still McFarlane. They've got some nice elements, like some of their face sculpts are improving. The cloth capes are always nice, but dang, more pins than a pin cushion. More pins than a multi-man Iron Man match. There you go. I'm trying to think of more pins. More pins than a Lucha Libre exhibition. So yeah, McFarlane, they're just cranking out as many figures as they can before they lose that DC license, and they're going down swinging with those pins. Mattel, when you take over the license, just if you can keep the cloth capes, do it 6 inches, and get rid of the pins, whew, you make a lot of people happy. Now this one I genuinely really like. Straight up, it's the Scarecrow. Probably one of the reasons I like it is I just love anything Halloween-y and spooky, scary Scarecrow. Yeah, that's great. And also, if you really want to, yes, he'd be a little bit too big, but you could throw him into a Spider-Man display as well, because Marvel do have their own Scarecrow character. Because I guess you can't really copyright Scarecrow. So I don't know who came first, but yeah, you could totally throw this very classic, generic looking Scarecrow into a Marvel display if you wanted to. But this, of course, is not Ichabod Crane, is it? It's someone Crane. Or is it Ichabod Crane? No, that is the guy from the Headless Horseman. I digress. I like the look of this. Looking forward to seeing more images from this guy because, yeah, straight up, Todd, I think this one is a winner. There's just no stopping Todd. I've done like 3 additions to this McFarlane lineup because every time I refresh the page, there's a new one. So we've got a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive one now. This is the Batman Flashpoint Black and White Accent Edition Gold Label. Pre-orders launching from September 18th. Over on Big Bad Toy Store. Is it Big Bad Toy Store exclusive? Yeah, it is. It is. So there you go. You can get a black and white and red version of this Batman. And that definitely does it for now. I'm drawing a line, Todd. At least for today, I'm cutting you off. Neca have given out the full images and product listings for their upcoming 2012 Ninja Turtles. And I gotta say, I actually really like what they've done with them. Check out these images. On the half shell, they're the heroes for, in this day and age, who could ask for more? If the crime wave was high with muggings mysterious, all police and detectives are furious because they can't find the source of this lethally evil force. This is serious, so give me a quarter. I was a witness, give me a reporter. Call April O'Neil, and on this case, and you better hurry up. There's no time to waste. We need help like quick on the double. Have pity on the city. Man is in trouble. We need heroes like the Lone Ranger when Tonto came pronto, when there was danger. They didn't say we'd be there in half an hour because they possessed turtle power. Sorry, I don't know what happened just there. A little bit of a Lego thing here I want to talk about because it grinds my gears. And Lego, your new Death Star, which has been getting middling reviews from Lego reviewers online, I think it's real gross that they've done this pre-order incentive. So if you pre-ordered it, then you would get this TIE fighter to go in the hangar. If you didn't pre-order it, you wouldn't get the TIE fighter, which I think is the scummiest way of trying to encourage FOMO and pressuring people to make that pre-order, because it's an accessory that has a place. Like if you don't have the TIE fighter, there is a big, ugly black space where a TIE fighter should be. You are asking people to pay $1,000, 4 figures, for this Lego set. And if they don't do it in time, if they don't hand over their money to you so you can snatch it out of their wallets in time, then you're going to literally get an incomplete set. Because if I got that Death Star without the TIE fighter in the docking bay, that blank space would be screaming at me. I'd hate it. Every time I look at the Death Star, I just see a big black space where there should be a TIE fighter. That is so scummy. By all means, throw in a pre-order bonus, but have it as an extra thing. Have an extra TIE fighter that you can have flying around outside. Have an extra couple of stormtroopers or something you can put in there. Don't have something that is so conspicuous by its absence that it makes the whole thing look incomplete without it. Absolute rubbish. If I was even tempted to spend £1,000 on that Death Star, out of principle for being a scummy tactic, I would be like, no, you're not getting my money for that. And that's a real shame, because I think Lego has had a lot of credit with the community for being like, oh, good guy Lego company. We like that. Oh, look at Tom Holland in the new adverts. Lego's cool. But that, you lose a lot of credit. Cachet is the word I was looking for. You lose a lot of cachet with scummy FOMO moves like that. Boo, Lego. Boo. Loose Collector has clearly lost his mind. And I'm here for it.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it.
Because this upcoming... I'm not redoing that. This upcoming Cthulhu is because I wanted to say potential Cthulhu, and that's what happens when my brain misfires. But look at this suggestion as to the height, size, and chunk of this thing. My only concern is that, like, how much would this thing cost? And also, how much is it gonna weigh? Because I would be very worried about putting this on like a glass Dettol shelf. Because you think how heavy Mr. Hyde is. And this thing is like, one of its legs is about the size of Mr. Hyde. So don't get me wrong, Loose Collector, God bless ya. I'm so excited to see what this thing is going to look like. But holy cheese and crackers, you, sir, are a madman. And I'm absolutely here for it. Brutal Realm showing off some more awesome things we've got to look forward to in the very near future. We're getting there. As they said themselves, production, like, it's a slow process, but we inch our way every day closer to some badass looking figures. Let me just read the press release here from Brutal Realm. It says, Cro-Magnon, our convention exclusive for 2026. So this is what we got to look forward to. We'll be on the road to Legions Con with 1/6 Shooter tonight to answer any questions and get excited for Legions Con this year. So who was the man that became possessed with the demon of death to become the beguiled barbarian known as Cro-Man? Find out first at Toylanta next year, where we will have him for sale and all other conventions we attend next year, and then having him available on our website for everyone at the end to ship for Christmas 2026. So it's a way off, but you know what? The best things come to those who wait. And looking at the Darth Vader Skeletor type, Conan mashup type character that's just all those 80s vibes in one badass looking figure. Yeah, I can wait till Christmas next year. Okay, it's another time, another one of those don't judge me, this is art type figures. But it looks fun, it's silly, but also lacking. All right, let me tell you about what I'm talking about. This is the Lado Toys 1/12 scale Daisy Taurus action figure. $48, which for these kind of things, I mean, it's not insane. It's this cow lady milkmaid character who is a part of this very furry friendly line that we've seen developing over the last year or so. There's what are the other characters? There's like a foxy lady. I forget who else is there. But what's kind of surprising is that the other characters, who I'm going to try and find the pictures of when we're doing this segment so you can see what I'm talking about. The other characters, they've gone full furry. They are anthropomorphic animals. Whereas this is way more a lady with some cow horns and a little tail. And all I'm saying is that your toy developers out there are cowards, all right? In the year of our Lord, 2025, why do we not have a full-on furry bovine cow lady? What kind of a world that we live in, where we have tariffs and problems and economic hardships, and we can't even get an anthropomorphic cow lady? You're cowards. You're just doing a normal girl with cow ears. Of course, I'm just being stupid, but sometimes it's fun to be stupid. She's fun. She's like a cow lady beer wench. And that's not the only cow lady we got. This one's a little bit harder to go into too much detail with, because if you thought that lady was a little bit, oh, what will the neighbors say? Let me clutch my pearls. This is straight up just like, no, this isn't going to be on my shelf when you come over. That's going in the special drawer. That's this one. So I'm not going to show too many pictures, or I'll have to do too many edits, because think of the children. But yep, there is this one who even comes with her own milking guns, because why not? But this is the Black Sugar Studio X Love Cacao. So like chocolate milk, I guess. Milky white action figure. So if you want to look at more pictures, you filthy perverts, you can do. But not on this channel. Now, excuse me. I have to go look at some more pictures of cow ladies. Just look at this. Just look at these pictures that are being shared by, what's the name of the account? I'll put it below me because there's a whole bunch of numbers and letters, but just, it's the Lion King. What can I say about this besides na zehenya mama mise mama himimu winya. That's what you say when you see a Lion King, I think, unless Disney has steered me wrong. It's stunning. I'm sure anyone who gets this could potentially be figure of the year for them. And if you have it, if you've ordered it from 5K Toys, I won't lie, I got a little bit of figure envy. This dude looks the bomb. Speaking of people who have ordered things that I'm going to be jealous of, the non-Nemesis figure, or not Nemesis figure, has been dropping. And Isaac Wong, God bless you, man, toy photographer extraordinaire over on Instagram. Isaac Wong has done a little unboxing video. I'm sharing it here, which I think is like morally okay because I'm telling people to go follow him and take a look at it. I never know how that works with like showing stuff on other channels. Like I could just share it on my Instagram, which is the same sort of thing. But what I'm saying is, if you want to see an action figure showcased, go check out Isaac Wong because he's showing this video here. And I'm like, because the whole time, I've been saying for the longest time, people have been asking me, Dave, what would be your dream action figure line? And the answer is actually Streets of Rage. But the second one would be like a really great 1/12 scale Resident Evil line. And the fact of the matter is, it exists, and it's way better than any other regular high street company would do. You just got to be willing to shop overseas for it. But just looking at this, so badass, so awesome. So yeah, go check out Isaac Wong and maybe, place an order for this non-Biohazard 3 Nemesis figure because it just looks absolutely insane. I can't get enough of this dude. Speaking of figures being showcased, look at this. The mech turtles are so awesome. And when I saw the design for Shredder, literally years ago, I thought, that's going to look impressive. Well, here it is. And it does look impressive. So this is being focused on by Too Much New Toys over on Instagram with this gorgeous showcase looking video. Gotta admit though, as cool as the design is and as amazing as the actual work that's gone into it is, it looks a little bit too Michael Bay for me. Like the Shredder design is super cool, but I feel like this is a little bit too busy. It's falling into that Michael Bay TMNT Transformers messy cutlery drawer kind of look. Like someone just stuck a magnet in a scrapyard and everything went so it kind of like hints towards Shredder, but there's so much going on that your eyes can't really appreciate the itty-bitty details. So that's what I'm saying, is that he looks badass, but I think I prefer a more simplified Shredder design. But what do you think? Either way, I wanted to showcase this because it's an awesome little recap video. Plus, whether you like the aesthetics or not, the actual work that's got into this, chef's kiss, really amazing. And it's time once again to go through the top 10 comics of the week. It was just the other day I did it, but I was falling behind. So this is the new top 10 comics of the week. Let's do the countdown. So at the number 10 spot, we've got Imperial War Exiles #1. Then at the number 9 spot, it's Magic issue number 9, very appropriate. Then at the number 8, it's Wolverine issue number 13. At number 7, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 11. At the number 6 spot, it's Uncanny X-Men number 20. Very Marvel heavy here. Then DC does make an appearance at the number 5 spot with Absolute Green Lantern number 6. It's that absolute pixie dust. In the number 4 spot, it's Spider-Man 94, issue number 1. That's a reminder to myself, I gotta read that. Then in number 3, we've got Absolute Superman number 11. Then at the number 2 spot, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 11. I've read that, it's a good time. And then at the number 1 spot, DC making up for a scant few appearances here. At the number 1, we've got Batman issue number 1. Absolutely crushing it because it also has a whole bunch of variant covers and I think some blind bags as well. They did a big push for this and it paid off. Let's hope Batman can continue that momentum. And folks, that does it for the top 10 comics of this week in time. Let's go on. I occasionally like to keep just a little cursory eye on Spawn, like what's going on in the Spawn world. I think being a child of the 90s, growing up with Spawn being like the poster child for comic books in the 90s, I always like to check in and see what's going on. So, Spawn 268 features Heaven and Hell Going Public. Little article on Bleeding Cool News here, which I thought I'd share with you. So, this arrives on September 10th, so today, when this comes out, and it says the world reels from the exposure of heaven and hell on Earth. I kind of like that idea of heaven and hell publicly bringing the fight to Earth for people to be like, oh wow, this is happening. Witness chaos as humanity faces divine revelation, with angels and demons out in the open at last. Todd McFarlane and Brett Booth deliver another explosive entry into Spawn's reality-shattering saga. I think that looks kind of cool, and some very pretty, very 90s style artwork as well. Some big bombastic group pages. When I see things like that, I always just think, man, that'd be a great 90s type poster to have on your wall. And yeah, the Spawn universe here, with all the different characters like Haunt and Spawn. I'm terrible with names, but it's a fun lineup. One of these days, I might dive back in and see what's going on in an actual full-on Spawn arc, because I've always got some affection for him. The Age of Apocalypse is back, baby, and I don't know how I feel about it. Gotta let this one play out. For me, the original 90s AOA saga, it's kind of like a sacred cow, you know? This is a very cow-heavy episode. This is the welcome to Displaying Bovine Behavior. But yeah, I love the original Age of Apocalypse. I dare say it was kind of a perfect story in execution and delivery. So revisiting it and bringing the characters into the 616, I don't know about that. But I want to see how it plays out. So it's a happening now. So X-Men Age of Apocalypse, Apocalypse Alpha 1 crashes Age of Apocalypse mutants into the main Marvel universe this Wednesday, so today. Fresh from their dystopian timeline, Magneto's war-torn X-Men collide with classic counterparts in mutant mayhem. Marvel resurrects a sacrificed timeline for multiversal conflict and variant covers galore. I'm really doing this segment as an excuse to show off the covers because some of them are amazing. Basically, seeing Joe Madureira back doing X-Men covers, like, it makes my heart sore. But yeah, making it like a multiversal thing. I mean, I know by its very nature, that's kind of what the AOA is, but making that a central crux of the story, I'm kind of multiversed out. But all of that being said, I'm still totally on board. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Actually, genuinely, if you shared this like on a, I don't know, like on a social media somewhere, like that would be really cool, because I genuinely don't think that's ever happened. Because why would you? In all my life, I don't think I've ever shared a YouTube video. I watch it, maybe give it a thumbs up, and then carry on with my day. But if you were to share it, that'd be pretty special. I'd appreciate that. You know, it would be even more special. Get yourself a cheeky little Model Behavior channel membership. By getting one of those, you literally allow me to make more videos. So every time you open up your page, if I'm on the front page, it's because of the channel members that help me do that. So gang, thank you so much for all your support. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Now, our ace reporter was hot on the trail, determined to put these crooks in jail. She spied the bad guys in, so it happened that before she knew it, she fell in the trap and got caught. Yeah, she was all alone, with no friends and no phone. Now, this was beyond her worst dreams, because she was cornered by some wayward teens. Headed by Shredder, they were anything but good. This guy you don't love, they call him the Foot. They can tell lies and be angry youth, and they'd mock the people who needed proof. Then from out of the dark came an awesome sight. Shouting cowabungas, they hit the ground. From the field of weeds, the heroes rescued the flower because they possessed turtle power. All right, I'm done.